The Galactic Combat Academy had stood for 3,000 years, a monument to martial excellence that drew the finest warriors from across 700 species. Its arena had witnessed legends born and broken, where champions proved their worth under the watchful eyes of masters who had perfected violence into an art form. Commander Vrax of the Catharian Empire stood at the center of that arena now, his forearms crossed in calculated confidence. His chitin armor gleamed under the artificial suns, each plate a trophy from defeated opponents. In 247 matches, he had never tasted defeat. The crowd, a sea of alien dignitaries, military observers, and fellow cadets, roared his name with religious fervor. "The human approaches," announced Instructor Zalthor, his translated voice echoing through the stadium. A hush fell over the crowd, curiosity mixing with barely concealed amusement. From the challenger's gate emerged Marcus Chen, and the silence deepened into something resembling pity. He wore no armor, only the standard-issue combat suit that looked painfully inadequate next to Vrax's battle-scarred plating. His single pair of arms hung loosely at his sides. His skin, soft, unscaled, vulnerable, seemed almost obscene in its fragility. Vrax's mandibles clicked in what passed for Catharian laughter. Humans had joined the Galactic Federation only 3 cycles ago, their planet a backwater discovering faster-than-light travel almost by accident. They had no warrior caste, no evolutionary advantages, no enhanced physiology. They were prey species that had somehow stumbled into predator territory. "This is your champion?" Vrax's translator rendered his contempt perfectly. "Your species sends an unmodified, unarmored soft body to face me?" Marcus said nothing. He simply walked to his mark, his brown eyes taking in the arena with an almost casual attention. Something about that calm made Instructor Zalthor's sensory stalks twitch. He had trained warriors for 600 years, and he recognized something in the human's bearing, something that didn't match his species' reputation. The combat bell rang. Vrax moved with the speed that had made him legendary, his forearms blurring as he closed the distance. His fighting style was perfected over generations. Overwhelming force, multiple striking angles, strikes that could shatter reinforced bone plating. Marcus sidestepped. The movement was subtle, economical, a shift of weight that left Vrax grasping air. Before the Catharian could recalibrate, Marcus was inside his guard. One hand found Vrax's primary elbow joint. The other found his hip. The human's body torqued with a precision that spoke of endless repetition. Vrax, 200 kilograms of apex predator evolution, flew through the air and impacted the arena floor with a thunderous crash. The stadium went deathly silent. Vrax surged back to his feet, his rage overwhelming his tactical mind. He charged again, this time varying his attack pattern, using all 4 arms to create an inescapable net of strikes. Marcus flowed around them like water around stones. His movements were small, efficient, never wasting a single centimeter. When Vrax overextended just slightly, Marcus was there. A palm strike to the thorax that somehow found the nerve cluster between armor plates. A sweep that exploited the Catharian's forward momentum. Another throw. This one driving Vrax face first into the ground. "Impossible," breathed Instructor Zalthor. "He has no enhanced strength, no combat mutations, no—" "No," interrupted Master Velcora, her ancient eyes fixed on the human. "Watch his eyes. He's not fighting Vrax, he's fighting Catharian combat doctrine. He knows every move before it comes." In the arena, Vrax was learning the terrible truth. Every technique he unleashed, every combination that had devastated countless opponents, the human had an answer for. More than an answer, a counter so perfectly calibrated it seemed prescient. Because it was what the galaxy didn't know about humans was what they had done to survive on their violent little world. With no natural weapons, no armor, no venom, they had done something unique in galactic history. They had studied violence itself. They had broken down combat into its fundamental components, tested every possibility, refined every movement across thousands of years and millions of practitioners. They called it martial arts. While other species relied on their natural advantages, humans had none. So they had documented every possible way a body could move, attack, defend, or fall. They had created systems, then systems to counter those systems, then systems to counter the counters. They had turned warfare into science, combat into mathematics. Marcus Chen held black belts in 6 different martial arts. He had spent 20 years studying how bodies moved, how momentum worked, how leverage could defeat strength. He had sparred with thousands of opponents, each teaching him something new. And when humanity had joined the Galactic Federation and encountered hundreds of alien combat styles, he had done what humans do. He had studied them all. Vrax's attacks grew desperate, sloppy. Marcus remained calm, responding to each assault with devastating efficiency. A joint lock here, exploiting anatomy Marcus had memorized from Catharian physiology databases. A pressure point strike there, targeting nerve clusters mapped by human xenobiologists. Every movement purposeful, every counter perfect. The fight ended when Marcus executed a technique that had no name in galactic combat. Humans called it a rear naked choke. Vrax's mighty frame slumped unconscious in Marcus's arms, and the human lowered him gently to the arena floor. The silence in the stadium was absolute. Marcus bowed, a human gesture of respect, and walked toward the exit. As he passed Instructor Zalthor, the ancient master spoke quietly. "How did you defeat him so easily?" Marcus paused, considering his words carefully. "We humans have a saying. I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. Your champion is strong, fast, powerful, but we've spent our entire history studying how to defeat beings exactly like him." He smiled, and there was no cruelty in it, only truth. "We've been doing this a very long time." As Marcus left the arena, the whispers began. They would spread across the galaxy within days. The humans were not weak. They were patient. They were studious. They were survivors who had turned their vulnerability into the most dangerous weapon of all, knowledge. The Academy's strongest had fallen silent because they had finally understood. Humanity's strength had never been in their bodies. It was in their minds, in their endless capacity to learn, adapt, and overcome. And in the vast arena of galactic combat, that made them the most terrifying warriors of all.